Hi, I'm Tyler Jones, and I am a University of Florida IFAS photographer. We start driving around, and I remember there was frost on the ground everywhere. I mean, this was just absolutely freezing that morning. And we crossed this creek, and I saw a gator tail. I said, "Oh, stop the cart, stop the cart." And so he stops the cart, and we jump out, and I run over to this creek and look down, and there's a large gator, and like probably a 10-footer. And so I got down on my belly and basically started crawling down this embankment through the grass to get really close to the gator. Essentially a couple feet from the gator's head, with my camera taking these pictures and thinking, what the heck am I doing? That thing didn't even flinch or move a muscle. I was delighted. I got a photo that I really liked, and that is this one right here. We liked the photo so much that it adorns the cover of our 2026 IFAS Extension Calendar. My second favorite photo of the year was the cow's commencement photo for 2025. So I had this idea in my head for like 15 years or so of getting Century Tower with a good starscape behind it. So on the next available night that I had, I went out to Century Tower and was gonna photograph it. And so I took my ultra wide angle tripod. I'm gonna have these views looking up at the tower, and I was so delighted by the fact that in the last couple of years, University of Florida has decided to light the tower every night. The only problem with it was that you can't actually get star trails and the lit tower in the same exposure because the tower would be too bright over the time period you need for the long exposures to get the stars. So I go out to McIntosh in the middle of the night, Orange Lake overlook, and I walked out there and I couldn't believe it. Not since being out west could I look up and there was the Milky Way with right above me. You could see it with the naked eye. You could see the Milky Way streaking over, and that's 20 miles outside of town. I got a great star exposure right there at Orange Lake Overlook, and then brought that back into the studio, and then in Photoshop I meticulously hand blended the two images to make a composite image. Yeah, I've got Century Tower here, lit orange, the Caroline Bell area lit blue, and then around it are these streaks of the star trails. And then commencement came around, and there was this wonderful moment there where they had worked in the story of Century Tower and the students. At that moment in the speech, when they revealed it, you could even hear with the crowd there a little bit of an audible gasp in the audience when they see the photo. That was just such a cool moment. So my last of my favorite photos of 2025 isn't necessarily one photo. I will pick one photo from it at the end, but it's a favorite because of the collective of what the shoot was and how the day went. Evidently, during a controlled burn, a hen was inadvertently moved off of a turkey nest during this burn, and that caused it to abandon the nest. So research coordinators within the wildlife department went over and got these eggs with the intention of raising them in captivity at this USDA facility that we have here. And when we were doing this story, they were 17 days old. So at this point, they're cute as can be, and they're running around everywhere, and they're learning to fly. You could pick them up and they jump out of your hands and start flapping their wings and float down to the ground. And that's what we wanted to get. We wanted to get them at this stage, particularly while they're trying to take their first flights. Kelly brings out this small box, is basically like a kitchen Tupperware thing. And I am just running around chasing these darting little turkey poults. It was just like that. In my head, I had that scene in one of the Rocky movies, and I wasn't having a lot of success like that. I got some photos I really liked, but it was the wrong way to photograph little birds that are that fast running around wherever they want to go. So I switched tactics and put a long lens on, and that was much more successful. I'm lying down, they're running around in front of the camera from a distance, and I'm getting these close-ups, isolated birds, and just wonderful. We got wonderful turkey poult stock from that. And that was great. And then it came the time where we were going to try to get the actual photos and videos of them taking their first flights. Kelly would find one, gently grab it and bring it up to about waist or chest level, and then she would gently release it, and this little poults would take a couple little steps to the edge of her hand, and then, you know, kind of tentatively get their wings out, and then they would leap off, and you see them flapping, and we got some really cool, fun stuff from that. And yeah, I took this one of Kelly there at the moment one of these birds is leaving her hand. I got this moment that I really liked that depicted this bird taking one of its first flights. Yeah, it's one of those days that I have sometimes here at IFAS where I'm like, I did that for a living. That was so much fun.